custom enhancement and support for the Jackson project, support for Java database connectivity, JDBC, support for initialization of an SQL database using a JDBC data source, support for accessing JDBC data source metadata, support for Java Message Service, JMS, support for parsing JSON, support and abstractions across several logging libraries, support for Java util logging, support for the log4j2 logging library, support for the logback logging library, support for the item origin tracking, JPA support classes, Hibernate support classes, support for R2DBC connectivity, support for initialization of an SQL database using an R2DBC connection factory, support classes for reactor integration, RSocket integrations with Spring Framework's application context, support for RSocket-based messaging, Reactor Netty-based RSocket server implementation, support for RSocket servers, classes and utilities for reactive Spring security, classes and utilities for sublet-based Spring security, support and initialization of an SQL database, infrastructure for establishing data initialization, bean dependencies, management of a trust material that can be used to establish an SSL connection. SSL Trust Material Provider for Java Key Stores, SSL Trust Material Provider for PEM encoded certificates, General System Support classes, utilities, and classes related to task execution and scheduling, test auto configuration support, auto configuration for handling metrics in test, auto configuration for handling observability in test, auto configuration for core parts, common to most Spring Boot applications, auto configuration for data Cassandra set, auto configuration for data Couchbase test, auto configuration for data Elasticsearch test, auto configuration for data JDBC test, auto configuration for data LDAP test, auto configuration for data Mongo test, auto configuration for data Neo4j test, auto configuration for data R2DBC test, auto configuration for data Redis test, helper utilities for using type exclude filter with auto configure test, auto configuration for GraphQL testing, auto configuration for GraphQL tester, auto configuration for JDBC test, auto configuration for JOOQ test, auto configuration for JSON test, auto configuration for data JPA test.